Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is another episode of Hits and Picks. I believe it's episode 44. We're back to recap for the Final Four and how awful we were and the entire country at picking this bracket. I think I saw there's 27 perfect brackets left, I believe.
No. Now?
I thought.
There's no way there's a perfect bracket.
Really?
There was like
I must have read a bad stat.
0.12 perfect after like half of round one.
Maybe that's what I read.
Did you have any Final Four teams left?
No.
I had one.
Who?
UConn.
That's right. Yeah. I'll be honest. I'll be so honest. And I told you guys this. I had no idea UConn was good. That first time I watched UConn was in the round of 32.
They've had all the pieces all year. They were up to number 2 in the country at one point earlier in the year, but then they just they lost a couple in a row, and then I think a couple guys got hurt. They didn't have anybody, and then the big talk before all this coming in was, they're finally healthy. They all this talk all year was like there was one of like 12 teams that could win the NCAA title, and UConn was one of them.
The beginning of the year, like right before I think Big East play, like they were undefeated. And then Big East play started. They won like 1 or 2, then lost a bunch in a row, I believe.
I mean, I don't think they haven't had a close game in this tournament.
They routed Gonzaga, which I thought was going to be close at least.
Yeah, and got my green on, supporting. Got a lot of futures in on Miami.
I'll admit right now, I was wrong about Kansas State. I was wrong, but can you blame me?
I mean, I don't know.
You know as well as I do, if one bad game, and you even said it yourself, if bad Kansas State shows up round 1 against
who'd they play? Fuck.
Wasn't UC Santa Barbara.
I can't remember.
It's gonna bother me.
Miami played Drake. I know that.
Miami played Drake. But who did Kansas State play? It was someone that I thought was a team that could have beat them. But it was one of those things where I was like, they're either going to go, just like you said, they could have beaten anybody. I thought that, as far as good as Marquise Noel played, there were still so many times where I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I didn't even take into consideration the whole New York thing either, because I think they have a lot of New York guys, and they were playing in that region, kind of how we did when we made it to the Final Four.
I think with him, he started to feel himself a little bit too much in that last couple games. Like he just thought he could make everything and do it all himself.
Here are some of the wins that UConn had. Beat Alabama by 15.
Damn.
Iowa State by 18. Beat Florida badly. Then their first loss was not until December the 31st at Xavier. And then they lost a couple in a row. I think they just had a bad stretch, and then they
were like 1-5 in that stretch.
Yeah, and then they just turned it around, and it was just it went from there.
What about that fucking Providence coach? Kind of crazy.
I think that's fucked up.
I think it's so fucked up.
And he's taking recruits with him too. Do you see that?
Yeah,
I can't say anything. I mean, Notre Dame did the same thing.
Yeah, but they were saying that in season he was recruiting for Georgetown.
I don't know if it was much in season because that job had not.
No, but dude,
that job was going to be available.
They traced it back. Like he put his house up for sale mid-season. It's like he knew already that he was leaving, which is kind of funny because I guess Providence was his dream job or whatever, and either went to Providence or had some kind of relation, and then he just jumps to Georgetown, which for me, is just. I think Providence is more relevant right now than Georgetown.
But the thing about it is in college basketball, this is going to be a really, really bad comparison, but Georgetown is on brand with the Alabama, Ohio State's, Clemson. It might not seem like it.
In the 80s, yeah.
No, but I'm saying it's still such a talent-rich area, and it's such a big brand name school at basketball. It's just like Villanova for basketball. It's just one of those schools that it's a good job. You just have to have the right coach that's there. So the DMV area is just
you're
loaded.
right.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not
with talent, but I agree. They haven't been relevant in years. But again, if they get the right coach in there, if Cooley's the coach, Georgetown could end up being like
He was making
very good
Providence
again.
like that, though.
No, that's what shocks
If he
me.
would have stayed there, he would have been
right. But if he's
bigger.
gonna make Providence like that, think about what he could do in that area of Maryland.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but if Patrick Ewing, who may not have been the greatest head coach that played at Georgetown and is a basketball legend, couldn't do anything with Georgetown, why is this guy going to do anything?
Because sometimes Patrick Ewing played, and you just said it yourself. Maybe he just wasn't that good of a coach. If Cooley is that proven and he did all this at Providence, he could still have the X's and the O's, and now he's going to get even better players to be able to come to him. Like,
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not saying you're wrong. Just from my perspective, I just
it was messed up.
messed up. It just shocks me. Like you're literally recruiting. But then again, I guess the same could be said about like, Dion was later in the year. I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's just fun.
It's just a day and age where now, like, a kid that if you commit to the school that that you want to play for, your head coach leaves.
You can just
The same
go
thing
with
happened
them.
with all the Penn State kids who now went to Notre Dame. They all asked for their release.
Are they all going to Notre Dame?
Early indications are they're all going to go to Notre Dame.
Are they like 4
But here's
stars?
the thing:
or-
Notre Dame only has like 4 scholarship players, so they're probably like, okay,
Yeah, they have to take it.
they have-
Anybody?
they're going to have to go because they're going to just automatically be like, all right, I can play right away.
Yeah, they're a starter.
One was like a top 75 player. One was his son. That was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see this. You guys hired Penn State's coach?
Penn State's coach.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
But what was funny, and like I told Brady, I said he's from Indiana. His first head coaching job was Indiana University South Bend. He coached under Matt Painter at Purdue, Brad Stevens at Butler, and then spent 6 seasons in the NBA with Brad Stevens.
Purdue. Woo!
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna
Woo!
I'm gonna bring this up. It's not a big deal, but it's like Notre Dame, so it's kind of like surprising. They got 2 black head coaches, right?
Yeah, it's strange, dude. What are you guys, BYU or something?
I honestly,
I mean that's kind of cool.
as sad as I was to
Is
see,
it good looking?
as sad as I was to see Bray
know.
go, they just needed they needed a new face of the basketball program.
Did he get a job yet?
No, I think they said he's going to try to pursue TV, who he would be probably great at.
I never liked Bray, just the way he looked.
He to me, I used to love playing against Bray. Like when we used to play him all the time, it was always fun to beat him just because he looked like a mobster.
A sleazy
All-time good
Italian.
guy.
Yeah. But dude, I saw though that Ren Baker said after this season he's gonna have a sit down and talk to Hugs.
Yeah, I mean he
Probably a game plan moving forward.
yeah,
though.
you'd
Yeah.
be dumb not to like see how long he wants to coach and like what the backup plan is.
Dude, we should snag the other Hurley dude from Arizona State.
Someone said Hurley would go to Providence.
The
Have-
Arizona
have
State
both-
one?
Have both Hurleys in the Big East.
Wow, that would be sick.
Where's the other one at now?
Arizona State.
Where's like the Arizona State and where's the other one?
Connecticut.
Okay.
He's a nut.
I wasn't sure if he was still there.
Have you ever watched him on the sidelines?
I think I've seen clips.
He is nuts.
He's awesome.
He's not
he's a
Bob
f-
Huggins.
No, he's not. He's not. I don't know, but literally that game was exactly what we predicted. It all came down WVU and Maryland. It all came down to how they were calling fouls. And again, I know that's basketball, but if the first half was a completely different game than the second half.
Yeah. I mean, you can't blame it on the refs, but like
I'm not blaming it on the refs.
Yeah.
We lost that ourselves. We were winning by
We
13.
should have won.
Yeah.
but we just didn't finish and the game
The
you just can't change it from half to half like the way you ref.
See, you can't. However, if they're going in at halftime and saying, okay, it's a little too loose right now, like we have to clean some of the stuff up, that's probably what they did. I'm not saying that they changed it, did a 180, but there are probably some stuff that they probably let go in the first half. They were probably like, okay, we need to tighten things up. So they probably did. But I had a bigger issue with, and you guys are going to, not like this, but I had the bigger issue with Eric Stevenson.
Yeah, no, me
There was
too.
there was
Yeah.
no
He didn't exist.
there was no reason. But the thing
Did he-
was they were doing fine without him.
I know.
With Keedy, and I was like, I don't understand.
He sat a while, didn't he?
He
He
sat a
should
long
have. He wasn't
time.
making
Yeah.
anything. He was
But-
playing like an asshole.
But the thing was in I don't understand, and this is where I guess I'm just confused. He did this like many times throughout the year, so that's as much Huggins' fault as it is his. But he has got to know that. Okay, I'm not making anything. I'm not. You don't tell him not to shoot, but you don't tell him to jack up stupid stuff. Like the one that came down with like 12 seconds left on the shot clock. He's shooting a fadeaway jumper at the foul line with 3.5 to go. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah, I don't know. And I thought Keedy having a huge game just didn't surprise me at all. Then when I remembered he was from Alabama, like that was such a big fucking game to him. Like, he probably wanted to play Bama so bad to be like, this is where I'm from.
But he needed the ball in his hands. I mean, the only
Yeah.
thing that I will say, and I'm going to hate myself for saying this, but he didn't score and he didn't really have many things. But the difference between in that game with Jimmy Bell in the game and him out of the game was very big.
massive.
Was very different.
Now,
'Cause that dude-
Wagi would have
That
helped.
dude from
Agreed.
Maryland absolutely killed WVU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okonkwo was too small.
Well, and everybody was given like Sumnick shade, but he's not a natural center. Like he's
No.
supposed to be like a power forward, small forward hybrid-esque guy. He's only 6'9". He's a big dude, but you can't just expect him to go in there and just be able to manhandle this guy that's been playing center all year.
Susan Matthews hurt defensively too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did he do? Fuck up his shoulder?
Yeah.
Because
The
I wanted,
collarbone.
I wanted to go back to what we did versus Kansas and like go small and have Matthews as like the center basically.
Yeah.
Because that seemed to work that game. I mean, it's not going to work every game you do that, but I thought it was worth a try.
I guess I don't feel as bad. This tournament's been awesome, actually.
Someone said that they haven't liked this. I forget where I read, but they
No,
said
it was
this.
De'Aaron Fox.
No, it wasn't him.
Did you see what he
I have
said?
I mean,
Sorry, God. He's
hard
a big
to
fucking
hard
idiot.
to hard to. I mean, what he said isn't untrue, but like, it still doesn't take away the fact that like it's. Yeah, I forget who made the comment. Might have been Regs. Off Barstool, who said like he's not wrong. Like, there's a reason that you see games in the 60s and not in like the hundreds.
Well, yeah, no, agreed.
Because
the
but you
game's
can't-
different.
But you can't take away like the pride that like these guys have and like in their school and to like want to play.
Well, yeah,
like
this
that.
isn't a league where
So-
everybody just plays offense and nobody plays
Right.
defense.
I disagreed. I disagreed with him on that front, and I lost my train of thought. But I saw someone that said that like the tournament was just it was overrated this year and it's hyped
No.
up. I'm like I couldn't disagree more.
It's been
Yeah.
amazing.
This is probably one of the best. I mean, dude, no one seed made it to the Elite Eight. First time in
Yeah.
history.
Also, Keedy almost made that shot.
Dude, I thought it was going
It
in.
was so fucking close.
I thought it was going in, and then as soon as he missed it and Furman hit it against Virginia, I was like, that's the basketball gods. You can't
Yeah.
have two buzzer beaters in a row like that.
God
Bless you.
bless you.
Bless you. But yeah, I get watching Fairleigh Dickinson was pretty cool. I mean, they almost beat FAU. They were giving them a run for their money. But I don't know. This Final Four is kind of it's cool. There's not a
The funny thing about the Fairleigh Dickinson making it was that dude just made himself so much money. Tobin Anderson.
Oh, the small.
Yeah, he took the
small
head
kid?
job at Iona
the
like
coach,
2 days
yeah.
after they lost.
yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It was hilarious to me that
Yeah.
this is something that like
I feel bad for Zach Edey though. He balled out.
he didn't have an attempt with 9 minutes to go.
That's ridiculous.
No, like he didn't. I'm saying he did not shoot the ball from 9 minutes to go and in.
Like he didn't shoot it.
He did not have an attempt in the last
Yeah,
9
he-
well,
minutes.
that's on him.
But it's
Yeah.
I don't. But the thing was at that point, it was a great coaching tactic because all the guy was doing was Purdue shot the ball terrible, and all the guy was doing was saying, okay, well we're just going to double and triple team him. If you're not going to make shots from the outside, they were begging Purdue to make outside shots and they couldn't. So they were like, we're just going to triple team this dude. It's hard to get a shot off when there's 3 guys on you, but in the same instance, like there's got to be something they have to make a shot or two to get him you know.
And Matt Painter looks like that Looney Tune pig. What's the pig's name?
I don't
He
remember.
looks just like him or her.
I got to
it
see
is.
a comparison.
But yeah, that was wild, man. We've seen 2 number 1 seats lose.
I thought for sure Kansas State was going to beat Florida Atlantic. And, like, they were up the second half. I was like, this is in the bag.
Yeah.
And then I look up, and it's like 77, 75. And I'm like, holy
Marquise
shit.
Noel just shot another 40-footer.
I think the biggest thing for me is imagining K-State with all their new guys if Nigel Pack would have been on that team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, Nigel Pack isn't even the best player on that team, which is crazy. He's
all
like
of
the third best player.
All of those dudes on Miami can score. And,
Yeah.
and again, it's just like me being naive, only watching the Big 12, pretending that other teams aren't good. Like, I watch Miami play, unreal. I watch UConn play, unreal. San Diego State, one of the most boring teams I've ever
I
watched
hope
play in my
FAU
life.
wins.
Me too.
In my life, they're so boring. I hope FAU wins as well.
See, I don't know. I mean, I think that if we're just jumping into the 2 games, but UConn's size is going to hurt Miami. Their size and their defense is going to hurt. I mean, yeah, they can score, but Sonogo, he's so good.
Who's the big white guy?
Klingen.
Yeah, he
Donovan
did well
Klingen.
last game, I think.
I think
He's good. He's like 7'1" or 7'2".
I just think the biggest difference with Miami is like they could isolate one-on-one any of those guys, and all of them can score. Like that number 55, 45.
There's Ormier, Jordan Miller.
They're all so
Wong.
good.
Isaiah
Pack's like
Wong,
the 4th best
Nigel
player on that
Pack.
team.
Yeah, Isaiah
Good.
Wong. I always forget about him.
They're good, but I don't know. If I had to guess right now who's going to win that game, I would say UConn wins by 10.
Yeah, I
Also,
mean,
did you see?
I want Miami to win because we both have tickets on Miami.
we all do.
I do.
Did you end up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
bet
all
like
do.
$5 to win 230.
When did you put that in?
Sweet 16 maybe.
Okay. I was so happy. Like when I was one of the things, and that's why you made fun of me because I play so many.
I mean, it's smart.
All I spent was $40, and like I got 8 teams that were like
Well-
all 35 to 1 or lower, and I'm like,
You
Miami-
listed 7 teams. You said and more, and I was like, how
I
many's
listed,
more?
I listed 6, and a couple had lost, so maybe it was $50.
Okay, I mean that.
But a couple of them,
you
like-
should get
like
your money back.
WVU and Michigan State, I only bet like a half of a unit because I was like they were 100 and 125 to 1.
Right.
So like they were gonna win. They were gonna profit me like $600 if they won. But I got Miami at 80 to 1
Was it 80 to 1?
at that point. I got it
Mine
early,
was like 45 to
early
1.
February. is
Jesus.
when I placed it.
I mean,
February the 7th
They're good.
is when I placed it. So at that point, it was like $5 to win 405. So I'm like, all right,
I need it.
I'm all in
itching
on
for
Miami. I'm all about the Canes right now.
Dude, I just kept reinvesting.
I
All,
know.
all the money I'd win
You
off
gotta-
Miami, I just kept betting futures on them. Literally, I have probably $150 in Miami to win like $1,600 or $1,700,
Jesus.
and then I bet on FAU as well.
I had a ticket on UConn too. UConn wins me like 110.
So if Miami wins this game, like they should win the national
Don't
championship.
say that. Don't say that.
Knock on wood.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I agree, but don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, I mean, I understand what it sounds like because every game someone plays against FAU, I'm like, it's been fun. It's not going to happen, and somehow they pull it out. They're a small team besides what, like Golden, their center.
They're just they're all talented. And I heard you guys say this when I was over there. Fuck Tom Izzo for what he said.
I didn't even really catch what he said.
Literally basically saying the only reason why K-State won was because they made a few lucky shots. That's crazy to say. Listen, I get shots. You get bad rolls. You get good rolls. I understand that. But literally to be like, yeah, we played good out there. They scored 6 points over these like crazy circus-looking shots. It's like you just can't. You can't literally sit there and be like, hey, the only reason why we lost is because these guys made 2 unreal shots. That's basketball, bro.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
it
lie, I was
happens.
pulling for Michigan State.
Fuck you, dude.
I
Like-
had a ticket on him.
Izzo's a good coach, but I don't like him. I just don't.
Fuck him.
Izzo is March.
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. But yeah, so all right, so I'm obviously rooting for Miami.
Miami.
I'm going to take Miami FAU national championship solely because I have tickets on both of them to
Matchup
win
of
money.
the South Florida teams.
I feel like in each of these games you have to take the points. It's 5.5 and 3. You just have to take it.
I didn't even put that together. That they're 2 Florida teams.
Think about it.
Yeah.
The South Florida has had a big year for basketball. Nova Southeastern in Fort Lauderdale.
I didn't think about that. Dude, they were good.
They were.
They were really good. Did you watch any of that game?
I watched a little bit, then my power went out.
That stinks.
Yeah.
See, I kind of and this I don't want to be like this, but I like San Diego State to cover. As much as I want Florida Atlantic, and as boring as San Diego State is,
So boring. It's painful.
their defense is so good,
They are. I've watched some of their games. They're not good at scoring, though.
but they just kill people with their defense.
You know who
I
they
mean,
remind me of? They remind me of the Javon early WVU
Oh, they-
teams.
they
Like
are
they
that.
would have to shoot the ball 8 times to score, but they would turn the other team over.
They
every
remind
time.
me of honestly, and this is going to be weird, but they remind me of when Virginia won the national title the year
It's
after.
a great comparison.
After they beat, after they lost to UMBC.
Yeah.
That next year they were so good on defense,
They
and
beat Texas Tech.
and they didn't have to score a lot, and it was just because that game going into it was like defense on defense.
Yeah.
Also, how do you let your team lose to a 15 seed if you're Virginia's head coach?
I don't know how
After
anybody.
losing to a 16.
How does anybody ever trust Virginia in the
They didn't
tourney
lose to
ever?
15.
What were they?
They were a 4.
Who'd they lose to?
They lost to Furman, who was a 13.
Oh,
seed.
okay, yeah, you're right.
But still, I get your point. And we said it on here. I can never trust Virginia.
More
again.
importantly, even worse. Yeah. Okay, so now who's worse? Tony Bennett or Matt Painter?
It's got to be Tony Bennett because
Why?
he's done it because he lost as a 1 seed and then he loses like this.
Matt Painter lost
Matt
as
Painter's
a 1
done
seed,
it
and he
too.
lost to a 2, and he lost to a 15 seed last year.
Then
Yeah.
Matt Painter sucks. Then it has to be Matt Painter then.
Matt
It's got to
Painter,
be.
I saw in the last 5 NCAA tournaments or whatnot, Purdue I think has lost to a 16, a 15, a 14, a 13, and a 12.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
then he's awful. He needs
Edie's
fired.
back, though,
I
right?
thought that's something like that. He could be, but
You see what Dakich tweeted or
So
whatever?
funny.
He's been a joke.
I honestly think he's
It's a
losing.
bit.
I think he's losing his mind.
I think it's a bit.
I mean, I hope it's a bit. Like he's been tweeting some crazy shit.
And he's like going at WVU too. It's just like, just give it up. Like,
Yeah.
let it go.
Yeah, it's does he even commentate anymore?
I don't think so. Someone said, "How's this dude have a job for ESPN anymore?" And he's like, "I don't work for them, so joke's on you." It's like there's a reason for that too.
Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, I saw him tweeting about WV. Dude, he'll always feel that way.
He's just salty.
I'd be salty too.
So he was hired before Huggins for like a month, right?
I don't even remember them saying he was going to be the coach, if I'm being honest. But I also wasn't dialed into college basketball at that point. Like, I watched the Beeline era, and I remember Beeline leaving, but I always just remember it going from Beeline to Huggins. I don't ever remember them talking about Dakich, ever.
When was Alexander? Was that that was before Huggins? Was that and that was
No,
after?
that was Huggins.
Was it Huggins?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Huggins.
I couldn't remember.
It might not have been the entire Huggins, but I'm pretty sure Joe Alexander was on one of those teams.
Okay. And he left as a sophomore.
Yeah, which, wow, to think he could have been on that Final Four team is unreal.
I don't. If you're WVU and you have someone leaving early, you just have to be like, look at these guys.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
yeah, no, I agree. E-Banks left early too. Same thing.
I forgot he left early.
But yeah, I don't know. It's been a wild couple weeks. I'm hoping we win some money this weekend.
Any thoughts on the portal?
Other than it just ruins sports, nope.
which sport?
Basketball.
We haven't even really seen.
No one big has committed yet, right?
Kirk Kriisa went to Xavier.
Did he?
What?
I'm pretty sure I saw Kirk Kriisa had committed to Xavier.
I never.
The Arizona kid?
I never saw. I knew like he had ties with Scott Miller
Oh, that would make sense. That would make sense.
because they were saying
Oh,
he doesn't even need to visit Xavier because he knows Scott Miller.
Yeah, that makes sense. Damn. I don't know. I mean, I was looking at his
Okay,
stats.
never mind. It said 4-star Arizona combat guard Kirk Ariza has received 1 crystal ball to WVU and 1 at Nebraska.
But Xavier's still in there no matter what.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want Kirk Ariza.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at he didn't play well in the Arizona's game at all.
No, he didn't, but like
He has experience. Go get Caleb Love.
yeah.
Dude, what? Why do you say it like
said
that?
he's going to go
He'll go to
where-
Mizzou.
Yeah,
He's
'cause
from-
he's
he's from St. Louis.
Missouri, yeah.
He'll go to Mizzou.
Is he the biggest name? He's got to be.
Yes.
I'm still confused on who can come back for WV and who can't. I'm so confused.
So Emmett's gone, Stevenson and Keedy. Everyone else can come back, but they're going after people like Jimmy Bell might leave.
What? Who the
'Cause-
fuck wants Jimmy Bell? Sorry, Jimmy Bell. I didn't mean it like that. I just.
I think you can be good, Jimmy.
Yeah, no, we know you can
We're
be
big
good.
believers. The big name I want's Graham Ike.
Who's that?
He was like potential player of the year for Wyoming. His freshman year, he had like
I did see
18
him,
points
yeah.
per game, but he's being recruited by like huge teams.
Damn.
So I
Tosh.
think we're out.
Didn't he go to WVU?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
went to
he did.
WVU. Tweet. Taj tweet. Yeah. Let's see. Who are these
This
guys?
might have been 20. I mean,
Yeah, that's last year. Oh, Jameer Nelson Jr. That's cool.
We've contacted a bunch of people. And if you look at our portal additions like the last couple years, like it's huge.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, I just want the guys that are here already to stay. It's so hard to reteach guys.
did you hear why there was or did you read why there was so many problems at Carolina?
No.
You
No.
didn't see the rumor of why they sucked this year?
Is it because someone fucked somebody?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Why is it always?
It was I read a rumor and Barstool had it too. There was a rumor going around that Caleb Love was having an affair with RJ Davis's girlfriend.
Ooh.
And it got so bad to the point that they're all in the same classes and whatnot that they wouldn't sit next to each other in class. Like it was creating this big rift in the team, and like they said that was a big reason why.
Out of all, there's so many girls that go to college.
That was the rumor.
There's so many girls that go to college, and you're gonna fuck around with the same one.
I'm not gonna say I believe it, but something happened to that team. And credit to Baycott for sticking around another year.
Dude, shout out him.
How many
He's
years
in,
he got? Did you see his?
he's in an episode of OBX.
Yeah. Did you see his? Did you see his announcement of why the picture he tweeted when he said he was coming back?
I probably did, but I don't remember.
He just
it.
posted a picture of Perry Ellis and said, "I'm coming
Oh
back."
yeah,
That's great.
All
I didn't know
time.
he posted that. I thought
Yeah.
someone else
No,
did.
he
He just
did.
commented.
That's an all-time tweet. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
that dude from Texas Tech. I recognize him.
Which
Which
one?
one?
His name is?
Yeah, that guy.
There's another Texas Tech guy who's like a 4-star, barely played, and we contacted him, but he won't be high up on this list.
Yeah, there's that Graham dude. 17.
Him.
Yeah, he's being recruited by big teams.
Yeah.
He's got 3 years left because he didn't play this year.
This is one that said he was being.
Look, that says 100% to Xavier, the Kirk Krissa dude.
That must just be a crystal ball. Kirk
Oh,
Ariza.
Oh,
Prediction,
prediction.
yeah.
Jesus.
Prediction.
Read a little bit, Jake, you idiot.
And that's really it right now. That's the top.
Yeah.
Top
I
group.
mean, that's
Well, what
wait,
about
go down a little bit to like the teens. Go to like 13. Timberlake, we contacted him, and they're saying
Carolina?
Carolina.
Who else was that? What else was that? I forget what else. It's gonna bother me.
I don't know, man.
It's gonna bother me. Move on.
I do like how active we're being in the portal because it looks like they learn every year. Like we got to do this.
Yeah, I mean, it might have just been a Garrett Urisco tweet. But he does have a point, though. It's like, why would you recruit freshmen when
Yeah.
you can just get portal
Yeah.
players?
And if you're a freshman, you should go to and you're a baller, just go to a smaller team
Yeah.
and then just ball out, and then you'll be recruited by these huge schools.
Yeah.
There's so many people. Eddie Lampkin, you guys contacted him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything I've read, like Georgetown's probably it.
Yeah, what's his face was probably hitting him up in January. That prick.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
So when are all these commitments supposed to happen?
Yeah, is there a day that it has to happen by?
Well, so the way I understand it is that for football, there are 2 periods of the year where you can enter the transfer portal, and then the portal closes. You can't enter it anymore. Basketball, I'm assuming there might be only one. You could transfer, I think, really at any time, but like to officially put your name into the transfer portal or free agency.
Yeah, that's what we should call it.
That is
It's
it.
free.
I don't know what it is for basketball, but I know football is 2. Basketball, I think once you enter, then you can pull your name back out of it. But like if you put it in and then it expires, I don't know if you can pull it out.
Also, I keep forgetting, like, these guys are looking for NIL deals. So, like, WVU's in it if a big booster's willing to put up money.
Yeah, and
This is why I said I thought that NIL for college basketball would end up being good. I don't like it as much as the next guy, but it keeps people around longer than guys just wanting to be like, I'm 1 year. Like, could you imagine if?
yeah, it's true.
Could you imagine if
Shebway.
think back to Joe Alexander?
Yeah, no, you're right.
He was going to make NBA money, so it was smart of him to leave. But say like he was a borderline. He was going to be a projected 2nd-round pick. He could stay at WVU 1 more year in this day and age, make $2 million.
Was he a lottery pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
He went eighth overall, I think.
Yeah. The Bucks.
And then just didn't pan
No,
out.
it didn't do anything. But you know what I'm saying? Like that's why Shebway stayed. Shebway was like, I'm going to make a ton of money.
He might stay
here.
again.
Well, dude, I mean, myself,
He probably has all this money. They said
we have D-backs money. We have the owner of the D-backs.
Then we should get Kerr.
Yeah, we should get fucking Caleb Love.
0-3 put out that Arch Manning's value is going to be like $3.7 million.
You see Bronny?
$7.1 million.
That's ridiculous. I mean, it makes sense, though.
What happens if he plays for WVU?
Hey, stop.
What if he went
I'm
to
serious.
WVU? What if he
He's
went to
not.
WVU?
Yeah, but what if he did? What if he did? What if he decided to
what
go
would
to
you do?
WVU? What would you do?
What would I...
You're looking at that empty space on your arm. You're going to get
Yeah,
tattooed.
he's going to get tattooed of his face right here.
Bronny?
Yeah.
No, seriously. Genuine question. What would you do?
I mean, I'd root for him, but... I mean...
Would you though?
I'd
Or
have
would it be
to.
one of those
I
situations
wouldn't
where
suck
like
his
he
dick
misses a
like
shot
Ty
and
does
under
on
your breath
LeBron.
you'd be like, good.
Ty. Taking shots at Ty's not even here.
Wow, how dare you?
Sorry. It's true.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. It's a circus, boys.
Until he proves me wrong, I'm not going to, like, suck Bronny's dick.
I mean, he looked pretty good at the
He hit, like, 5
McDonald's
threes. I
game.
know.
and he's got hops too.
He's a dog.
He hasn't committed yet, right?
No, but I wouldn't doubt it if it's probably, if I had to guess, USC or Ohio State.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
UCLA's in there too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess now too, though, you got to think about it like this.
LeVar
Would
Ball,
he want to go to USC or UCLA if he knows he has to play against Ohio State?
Or
LeVar Ball says go to Australia and play
Yeah.
for a year and then go to the NBA.
Oregon was in it too. Can you get a shoe deal in college? Probably not.
Well, they said people were making a big deal because Bronny was wearing Nikes at the McDonald's All-American game. McDonald's All-American games are huge
Adidas
sponsors with Adidas.
right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, his dad owns Nike, so
Yeah.
he has a Nike swoosh in his teeth. Just fucking stupid.
What?
Braun. Google
You mean he's got
LeBron
a-
teeth.
He has a swoosh in his teeth?
They said it was a gold swoosh.
I'm going to shit if this is real.
It was like last night. And also, he was doing an interview in like a small ass towel, just like waiting for his dick to pop out.
Dude, the AR-15 interview where he was just like, he's like, AR, he's like, he'll do anything for me. Except he used to like Kobe more than me.
Yeah.
And then they pulled up that tweet from 2012. Oh, damn. $1 billion smile.
See it?
Oh, wow. I did see that earlier. I didn't catch that was a swoosh.
All right.
That's
Trash or
stupid.
not?
I think that's a little weird, but more
I
power
hate
to
it.
him.
You-
If he can have a pure gold Nike swoosh hanging in his mouth, then
Yeah, but you got to think about it like this: how much did he get paid to put that
True.
Nike swoosh in
No
his
one
mouth?
can rip him really, but like if you're his kids, you gotta be like, Dad,
what are you doing?
that's trash.
Kids that have been drinking with their dad since they were 11 or 12 think that everything that he
They
does
were
is
drinking
great.
wine on Taco Tuesdays.
Hey, Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
But yeah, anything else on hoops? You guys got anything else?
Did we pick the games?
I said I liked San Diego State to cover. I got San Diego State, UConn in the final. UConn winning it.
I got Miami and FAU, and Miami winning it.
I just got Miami and FAU covering the spread, and then obviously I'll have Miami winning it if they win this game.
I mean, I want Miami to win it. That was
Me
just my
too.
realistic prediction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Miami just has the firepower to go with anybody.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Before we switch over to anything NFL or college football related, Masters coming up next week. Report out this week. You're going to kind of find this nuts because I'm sure you didn't see it because not that you don't follow, but I follow more golf
Tell me.
people than you did. It said that if a player from Live wanted to leave, they had to pay 2 to 4 times what their sign-on bonus was.
So
They didn't know that when they signed
like Dustin
on.
Johnson
So-
got paid $100 million.
They didn't know that
No,
when they signed
Brooks
on.
Koepka. So if Brooks Koepka made $100 million to join Live, in
Did
order
he join Live?
yeah, in order for him to
He's been
leave,
trash.
he would either have to pay 200. He would have to pay anywhere from 200 to 400 mil.
I guarantee they did not know that when they
So-
signed those contracts.
No.
I
And
guarantee it.
that when I read that, and who knows if it's verified, I've just seen it in multiple different places. That is wild.
That is wild. That's crazy.
potentially $400 million to have to leave to go back to the PGA
And
Tour.
how many years is it for? Like nobody knows.
No one knows. Is it for until they quit? Because I was talking to Brady the other day, and I said, if you look at the statistics, and I think we watched the same video, a lot of these guys that have joined haven't done anything
Nothing.
at Live. Nothing. They have not had. There's only 48 guys that tee off. That's just not a lot.
But see that's kind of the magic of golf and the PGA that I'm learning is to win big money you have to play good.
Right.
That's what happens when like you get paid up front and it's just like
They don't
fuck it, I'm
care.
just going to have a Saturday with the boys now. It doesn't
they don't,
matter.
They don't care, and that was my whole thing of like you want the best players to compete. Now I hope, in my mind, part of me hopes that some of them do show up at the Masters and like show the form that they've shown in the past.
I think that's the only golf they'll play where like they're actually competitive
Right.
and you can see it.
But in like they said, Cameron Smith was a good example. He was the world number 2 after when he left. They said in his second ever Live event he won it, and then since then he has not had higher than like a top 20 finish. Which is
They're like all
in a
like
field
that.
of 48 guys. That's
Yeah,
not
bad.
good.
Who'd you pick? What golfers you pick?
I don't.
I
I
haven't.
haven't sent out that text yet.
I'm going to pick Tony. Wait, I might have picked Finau already, but if not, I'm picking him. I love Tony Finau.
I picked Scotty Scheffler and DJ.
Yeah, Live guys you can pick now.
I know. You might as well use them. while
I'm
you can.
going to use them, but I don't know if I want to use them on the first tournament that they're in because I want to see how they do.
But isn't this one of the last big money ones that you said?
No, the last
There's 3
the
majors after this.
Masters, I think in terms of total payout,
Because I saw this one's 18.
the Memorial was 20.
Okay.
Also, I didn't know it went by payouts.
Yeah.
I just assumed like the majors were the biggest ones.
I was very clear on that at the very beginning.
I didn't read the whole text.
Well, then that's your own fault.
It is.
But I was very clear because if someone, and no offense, Jake, if someone like Jake who has absolutely no golf knowledge at all can look at that and say, "Oh, this one's worth 20 million versus this one worth 15," which one do you think you're going to put the better
fact-
players for?
I know I'm in the bottom 5, but the fact that I'm not last is a joke to whoever's behind me. I don't watch golf, and I know the people behind me probably are golf diehards.
I think you
Losers.
have picked some pretty good, like lower tier players, and
Well,
they've performed well.
Yes, but I mean, in the same light, like people who picked Scotty Scheffler at the Players that's $4.5 million right there.
Yeah.
If they picked him, you're automatically jumped up. Like Mason
Yeah.
was in like the bottom 3, and he had 2 guys that finished top 10. One of them being Scotty Scheffler. He's now like he jumped up major.
Yeah.
So it's like there's still opportunity for people to catch. So if you're in like 8th place right now,
What place am I in?
Oh, dude, I'm not dead yet, bro.
no, but like
Oh no.
it's just starting
You're
to
ahead
get
of me,
harder
I'm
now
sure.
where
I'm not.
it's starting to get harder now where you have to pull together a string of like you have to have the winner and probably the next.
I had the last.
And I'm in
winner,
the same
which-
and I'm in the same position. Like I would have to have a winner in the next 3 out of 5 tournaments. And
Yeah, see, my thought, and it was, I can't say it was wrong yet, but my thought was like, save all those big guys to the end, because my thought process was like, as the year goes on, the purses probably get bigger.
That's what I was doing.
And I was wrong, and that's why, that's kind of why I was picking those middle-ish dudes.
a real one and done is you only pick one guy. So like if you have a winner and a lot of times you don't see whoever does it, which is why I don't post the picks until like after the tournament has started. But you only pick one guy. So it's a lot easier for you to catch up if, because you get 2 guys. Last year it was 3, but I changed it to 2.
What fucked me last tournament? I had Scotty Scheffler who won,
And then John Rahm.
and then I had Rahm who was playing good, and then all of a sudden like he got food poisoning or
He
something.
got the poops. He pooped.
I can't fault him for that.
He pooped.
Yeah.
Brady, you are in
He
10th
pooped.
place.
10th?
Yeah, with
Yeah.
4,772,000. However, first place has 8,419,543.
But they probably picked like
he has had
really good golfers.
Let me see.
I
who
picked
he's
like
had.
3 really good golfers.
This is my first time picking like a legit big time golfer.
Is it?
Yeah, out of all the big names, yeah.
So he has taken. He has had 2 second place finishes and 2 top 5 finishes and a winner. So he had Scheffler, he had Victor Hovland, who finished T3,
Victor.
and Rory at Bay Hill, who finished T second.
Yeah, fuck you,
I mean,
Rory.
So that's
Rory,
a lot of,
like he's a good pick now.
that's
Yeah,
a
well,
lot
the
of money.
fucking one time I pick him, he doesn't even make the cut, you prick.
He's striking the ball the second best right now behind Scotty.
He's a machine.
He is.
And the funny thing is
He's
that
so boring.
That dude's only 26.
He looks 40.
He looks old.
I just need, and I know it can't come out till this season's over, but like, give me full swing in season. Like, give me a fucking in season type thing.
That'd be nice.
That show was sick. It's a sick ass show.
I'm still waiting to pick Joel. Is it Damon?
Damon, you don't have to pick Joel Damon.
I know,
Might.
but I like him.
I might.
Why would you pick Joel Damon?
Why not?
What he play good last year? The U.S. Open.
Yes.
I'm gonna
And
pick him
Southern
in that.
Hills.
He likes the course. He
No,
can play.
no.
He
It
can
was
play
the,
hungover.
I don't know if it was. Oh, was it? I think it might have been the PGA.
It's just funny how he's
It was
just,
the PGA.
He's just like, I mean, I know I'm not gonna be like the greatest. So I'm just gonna go out there and do my best and make money.
Yeah, and then he's like, I thought I was doing bad, so I went in, had a couple White Claws at lunch. Probably shouldn't have done that.
And
And then
then
he just starts
qualified.
dominating. It's like, damn. Yeah.
And his caddy's just like it'd be like Neil being my.
Yeah, I
caddy.
know. It's
Melvin being my
so
caddy.
cool. Well, no, it could be Neil.
It could be Neil. Yeah, I play golf with him. He's not very good though.
Yeah. But yeah, golf's tight.
How many strokes? How many strokes does Neil spot you whenever you guys play?
It's been 30.
Holy fuck.
Like we've got it as low as 23, highest is 30. 30's probably what it should be.
Lots of strokes.
It is, and you win. Neil wins every time.
Dude. You're spotted 30 and you lose?
Golf is so hard.
Just saying,
That's
dude.
30 extra shots
That's
that I'm
crazy,
spotting.
bro. Get your swing down.
You watch a PGA Tour event and then go try to golf. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do.
You had me at watching golf. I'm out. Now, if it's a full swing sode, I'm in.
See, I'm sitting down. Master Sunday, even on that Saturday, I'm sitting down in front of the TV. I will watch the entire broadcast.
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
I will.
I'm gonna watch the whole thing too.
Yep.
Anything on football? I have nothing. Spring football is
Melvin,
back.
you have anything?
No. Hopefully someone buys the Commanders.
Oh, somebody is.
I know there's bids, but
What, $6 billion? That's crazy.
it's a DC, huge sports market, begging for the Commanders to be good.
I mean, they're going to be good. Whoever's going to buy them will make them good. You should be very excited.
Buccos baseball starts today.
Well, Steelers, let's just quickly. I think they're going to be really good. They're going to compete for the division, I think.
Shocker that he thinks that they're going to be
I think
good.
they're going to be pretty fucking
Jake,
good.
please tell me that you don't agree with that.
Well,
Maybe not
I'm
compete
not
for
saying
the
that
division.
they can't be good. I'm saying, how would you know that right now?
I just like all the moves they made so far.
I mean, again, I'm not saying you're wrong, but also I think it's like, yeah, I have Sean Payton now, and I joke being like Super Bowl, but like a lot has to be proved. Like, there's, you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, you can be pumped and think that they're going to be good, but like factually, it's tough.
I know, but okay, so the last, 9 games of the year, we played shitty teams, but we won. So, like...
Yeah, but you just said it yourself. The teams that you played
Yes.
weren't the best.
But Kenny's supposed to take a jump. Canada's not supposed to, like...
Your division very quickly went from really good to really, really bad.
How?
What do you mean how?
Yeah, how?
Not really bad, but just not good.
We still got Cincy. They're
Yeah.
a top-tier team. The Browns,
then
you can't
who?
count
And then
them
who?
out.
Yeah, no, you can't count the Browns.
And
out.
then-
Can't count them out, but like,
The Ravens, we own Lamar.
why can't you count the Browns out yet? If Watson comes in and he does what he did in Houston, I will agree with that.
Because
But
they have everything but that quarterback,
Well,
I think.
he was getting better as the year went on.
right, but I don't know. I'm
He
just
only
saying,
played
if-
like
If
5
he can come in and
games.
do what he did in Houston, then yeah, okay, I'll level with you and I'll agree. But like, I'm sorry, but you and the Ravens are probably fighting for third and fourth place.
Because like for me on one end, I'm like, dude, we signed our biggest problem was offensive linemen, and we just got 3 of them.
We've signed a bunch, too. No one spectacular, but, like, we signed a bunch to where, like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
have
signing P. Ryan was big for
You-
2 years.
Mhm.
Who did you?
Denver did, yeah.
Well, here's
I like
here's
P. Ryan.
also
I do
your
too.
problem. You're eliminating your biggest signing. Your
Patrick
biggest
Peterson?
No, you kept Matt Canada for
Yeah.
another year.
I mean,
know.
yes, you're right.
Don't even.
Yeah, I
you
know.
cannot
They're-
even spin this as a positive.
I'm not saying he's a positive at all, but Kenny has shown, like, he will just take over the offense over Canada at the end of the game.
Again, you're not wrong. I don't want you to think that
Take over.
I don't want you sitting here thinking that I'm saying that you're completely wrong, because I don't think you are. I just think it's so hard to get excited right now after me seeing how excited I was last year and how quickly things can
Oh, no,
just suck.
I'm not saying Super Bowl contender, but I'll throw it into one word. Can anyone guess the word?
Potential.
Potential.
There you go. We have potential.
It's a great word.
And if TJ Watt stays healthy, our record's like 3 times better.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But I mean, that's a big if too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's weird Vance Joseph's coming back as the defensive coordinator.
Props to him for just coming back to a team he got fired from.
I mean, he's a great defensive coach.
is.
Like, I'm happy about it. I love the Kelsey brothers going over the head coaching picture and like watching them not be able to name half of the coaches that are in the NFL. That was great. Spring football's back. Big Phil Bowen's playing before the blue and gold game. The dude with the violin. You don't know who Philip Bowen is? Philip Bowen on
No.
the strings?
Uh-uh.
Do you know who Philip Bowen on the All right, never mind. He's massive on social media.
Like WV blue and gold game.
Yeah,
We
he's
going?
from West Virginia.
Are we going?
I'll go. I would love to go. I went last year.
I think I'm off, so
I'll
I
go.
might be able to go.
I'll go. Yeah, shout out Big Phil Bowen. I don't really have much to say about the NBA. I know if Ty was here, he'd get on you about the Lakers and you guys would fight, but like, I don't really care that much. I just throw the stats out to get a little argument going.
They're still 500, and they can't beat one of those top teams. They might make it out of the play-in round. They can't beat one of the top teams. I'm sorry. AR what? Is it-
15. That
Is
is
he
what it is,
15?
yeah.
Okay. He's not going to keep it up. He's not going to keep dogging people like he is.
What if he does?
He won't. I fucking hate him too from his Oklahoma days.
Yeah, same. Fuck him. I don't like him at all.
Nope.
Hockey, you got anything about hockey?
Hockey's frustrating. Penguins, they go on these streaks where they go like 6-2, then they'll go 2-6. Just the whole year it's been like that. I don't know what's going on. We don't deserve to win. Past 2 years, like we've had good teams and lost in the first round. And someone's like, since that's happened, I won't be shocked if this team plays the best team in the NHL in the Bruins and just beats them somehow when they have no business doing it.
That would be sick. That would be so sick.
It wouldn't make any sense, but if it happens, it's just like, oh, like, of course it happens now.
Yeah, because Zarla and Bubba were telling me there's like a whole big group of Penguins fans that are just like already out on the playoffs. They just don't.
So many people are just like, fuck this team. Like, they just can't put it together.
Yeah, I don't know. Trying to think of any other sports.
Do you think that like I don't know why, but Sullivan gets fired after this year?
No, we just need to fire a general manager first. I mean, Sullivan hasn't been very good, but his roster hasn't been good either. Like, he hasn't had much to work with.
Who is the general manager right now?
Ron Hextall, which there's a theory on that. He's a huge Flyers.
Yeah. Do you think that he's
It fucking
sabotaging?
seems like it. He fucking traded for Mikael Granlund, who's awful. He's too old, and we're paying him $5 million in the next 2 years. So that move made no sense. You just shouldn't even made a move, and he does that when he could have made other smaller moves to make us better. He made us worse.
We've seen it before. Fuck you, Providence head coach. Yeah, I don't know, boys. You got anything else you want to add?
Not really.
Lakers free throw differentials, ridiculous.
I don't even want to talk about that.
Did you see it?
I don't care that much.
Did you see it though?
Yeah, I don't care.
That's insane.
I don't care though.
There's an agenda behind that.
And I'm not, and I don't even like. But
There's an agenda.
But the thing is like, truthfully, it's the NBA.
NBA sucks.
I do not care.
Yeah, I agree.
It's that big, but they're not doing anything with it, so I don't.
And Ty's not here. We really can't have like the boxing argument because he's
True.
more big in boxing than I'd say both of us are.
I was ready to go in that too.
Yeah. I guess we'll pin the question out there. We were arguing if Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia is one of the biggest pay-per-views, will be one of the biggest pay-per-views ever because they're two young guys actually boxing versus waiting till one is too old. And your argument was boxing was bigger years ago, which is a good point, but you also have to remember, like, the internet's much bigger than television, and those guys are internet personalities, and back in the day, like, all people did was watch TV. Like, it's not like they had another option of things. So, like, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. There's just a lot of different factors now.
My thing, like, it's going to be a huge pay-per-view, like, huge. But, like, other countries are going to be in on it way more than the U.S., I think.
But
like, Mexico is going to be
But
ginormous
doesn't that help me and Ty's argument of what you just said?
Yeah, but, like, they always get behind their...
He just proved it for us, dude.
I don't even know why we're fighting about this. The best boxer ever right now is Jake Paul.
Facts. No,
Not
but
wrong.
it'll be a
Not
sick fight,
fake
though.
at all.
Yeah, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, I'm very excited. I think it's April 22nd. It should be massive. Two young cats.
I mean, it will be massive.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll go down as, like, truly one of the biggest. It might be one of the biggest in pay-per-view numbers, but, like, significance-wise, I don't think
I
so.
think that, and Ryan Garcia said this, so I'm taking his words. I think this fight changes the trajectory of boxing going forward.
I hope you're right, where people fight people of their caliber more
In their
instead of
prime.
just for these, like, 8 different belts that they can fight for.
In their prime, they're fighting
Right,
these guys.
yeah.
So Ryan Garcia said that. I hope he's right. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, @JuiceFisherman. Make sure to subscribe to the Juicebox YouTube. Thanks.
Follow me on Twitter, Brady's_21_.
Pittsburgh Pirates 1-0 on the year.
They won?
At Melvin the Intern on Twitter. Peace.